Tonight on Channels Television, I'm Charles Eruka. Well, one of the reasons I'm here tonight is because Tony Ibitoye, your regular host, is on his way to Windhoek, Namibia via South Africa for the World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Brave Warriors of Namibia. That will be on Wednesday, so it's just very much around the corner. We'll be talking about that particular encounter and the latest developments ahead of that very crucial Group World Cup match. And of course, the junior counterparts of the Super Eagles, that's the Flying Eagles, have been flooded out of Germany and have had to take wing to Austria. Plus, internationals, club soccer, and lots more on today's package. Well, Toei might not be here, but the super regulars on the team are very, very much intact. And I'm talking about Tunde Koiki. Well, you're here once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Charles.
All right, and Yemi Adebayo.
It was a pleasure.
Well, then, straight to the matters at hand. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, should I say, fresh from that victory over the Harambee Stars of Kenya last week, and they still have another very crucial World Cup qualifier, but it appears as if when they probably get the full 3 points against Namibia this time around, could we say the World Cup ticket is almost in the bag?
Well, it's I think there's still it will be a bit premature to say that, because there is still one more round to go after this. This is the second round, the group phase. The third round, the best 10 qualifiers will now be paired off, and over 2 legs, the qualifiers from each of those pairings will now have 5 qualifiers representing Africa for the World Cup. So it's a bit too premature to say that.
Okay, but you talk about the World
Cup ticket.
But of course, at least the qualification for the next phase.
3 points in this phase now would definitely, I think, put Nigeria beyond the reach of Malawi. I'm really at a loss to see how Malawi can escape or come out with a win in Nigeria here in Calabar.
It might even be over before that game.
It might, yeah.
If the Kenyans do get a result against Malawi and we beat Namibia, it might just even be over before that.
Well, let's not forget that we actually imagined, we thought, or we believed that the Kenyans were going to be in for a roasting when or before they came to Calabar to take on the Super Eagles, but then, against all permutations, against all predictions, against all expectations, they almost ran away with a victory.
I disagree. Historically, champions of the Nations Cup have never won their first match after winning the trophy. Historically. So that was just following true to type.
Yeah, but I mean, that's merely superstition.
No, it's not superstition. The facts speak for themselves. There's always this high after winning a major international tournament like the Nations Cup. You never really put your best foot forward. You think everybody's going to
Teams are fired up against you.
Exactly. I mean, you're a big scalp now. You're the African champions. If they came with a bus or a train before, trust me, they'll come with bricklayers and build a wall. So it's always particularly difficult, more difficult breaking down the opposition. They know what to expect. Your reputation precedes you. They expect you to do all the playing. They are more than content to do the defending.
Maybe you were looking at statistics. You are looking at history and probably the tradition of African champions not winning anything. But seriously, many Nigerians believed that Kenya would just be maybe a walkover. And
I thought so.
Well,
even though at some point I have to agree with what he said about the statistics, but I didn't expect Kenya to
almost run away with a win.
I didn't expect
in Nigeria's backyard.
I had a premonition the game might be tough, but I didn't expect Kenya to try to do what they did. They almost went away with 3 points.
So actually, I mean, the reason for this whole argument is the fact that we are also concluding that Malawi might just be another easy scalp for the Super Eagles when they come visiting.
No, that's not true. There are no easy games for the Super Eagles anymore, because the fact that we have a reputation, defending champions of the Africa Cup of Nations, that already puts everybody on red alert. That already ensures that you will have a torrid time whatever game that you play. That ensures that if you are given a 5-star reception anywhere you travel to, you probably get a brothel and drummers outside your window till daybreak. Everybody will put you under pressure, try and destabilize you, so that, I mean, the Super Eagles are on an unbeaten streak. 19 games unbeaten, or is it 16?
Well, the truth is, after Stephen Keshi took over, the Super Eagles have
lost
remained
We've not lost the
unbeaten.
game, and somebody wants to be the person to break that record. And we have lots of takers lining up.
Well, come to think of it, the next World Cup qualifier will be against Namibia in Windhoek. That will be on Wednesday. But then, of course, the Namibians probably morale dampener the fact that their coach, Roger Palmgren, has thrown in the towel at this very crucial point. Well, some might say, okay, for the Namibians, it might just likely be a morale dampener for them and a morale booster for the Super Eagles. But then the question I'm asking is that going to be in the Eagles' favor, or will it just prove a booby trap?
It could be, yeah. I think it's a booby trap because it could go either way. It could dampen their morale, like you said. But then again, the saying goes that, look, he who is down fears no fall. I mean, if you're already down, there's no way you're going. I mean, we know their position in the group. I mean, they have nothing to lose. And you see, I fear somebody that has nothing to lose. Because a person that has nothing to lose will throw everything. I mean, there's nothing to lose in the first place. And that's why I agree with you.
Nothing to lose. I mean, they have 6 points. They are joint second with Malawi.
I mean, if results conspire against every other person, who says they cannot win the game?
No,
they have
what I
something
mean
to play for, if you ask me.
No,
Absolutely.
they have something to play for. But what I'm saying is, at this, in terms of morale, you're losing your coach through this to a, very crucial World Cup qualifier. And it will dampen anybody's morale. I don't know if there's anybody in the backroom staff that could probably fill the void, fill the vacuum that the coach has left. That's why I said, in that regard, it is down. Look, we might think it might work well for us since the coach is not there. But of course, anything can just happen.
Well, the FA chairman of Namibia, John Moinjo, did say that Palmgren gave his reason for resigning as owing to threats to his life and that of his family. He didn't even bother to return to Namibia after the other World Cup qualifier. Straight to South Africa. I mean, of course, it was just around the corner, so maybe he didn't even go back to carry his belongings. He must have arranged for his family to rendezvous with him in South Africa, and then, of course, probably sent an email to the FA and told them, look, I am quitting. I've been threatened. But then,